Hello and welcome to episode 70 of Need a Miracle Sports and Gambling Podcast with your host Tracy
and Josh.
Miracle. Today we'll be covering another week of the NFL, another slate. What is this week? I don't even know.
Week 15, the strike of COVID.
Yeah, everyone's got COVID, no fun. Seems like we're going backwards with this thing a little bit. But yeah, I'll let you
don't get me started on here, because next thing you know, we'll be on a conspiracy app and we'll be if you're falling into that trap, good for you. If you're not, way to raise up. You know, only people really making money through this is these pharmaceutical companies. So anyway, Tracy's 101, 89 and 3, crushing it so far. I'm 95, 95 and 2. So I'm hanging in there right at 500.
I wanted to mention that off the top here. Follow, like, subscribe, please. Need a Miracle Sports and Gambling. We're on TikTok, Facebook, Twitter, BetSperts we have, so you can follow
J1 Miracle, T1
Gold. We're going to start doing our daily picks again in January.
Yeah. Once football season's over.
Yeah, so, just please do that. Follow us. We're both over 500. Both,
I'm
making
at
money. I call this the Making Money podcast. Well, if you get 2 pushes, I mean, yeah, you are at 500, but whatever. It's still, you're making money pretty much.
Yeah.
I'm sure you've taken a lot of underdogs and stuff, so yeah. And I got a pretty good record, and just we know what we're talking about a little bit, especially as we get more experience. It's not even like we're football geniuses or betting geniuses. It's just we've done this. We've been through a whole year of seeing the ups and downs from teams and how they come week to week and stuff like that. So
yeah, guys, if you're hearing noises and stuff or the dogs start barking, this weather is crazy here again, high wind, so I apologize. Hopefully everything goes smoothly. Best wishes to everyone in the fantasy playoffs. I really don't know what more to say. This is going to be a worse week for everyone to get COVID and just people get pissed off, and then you got fans pissed off that are more just fantasy guys, pissed off players, yada, yada. But, just to drum up the COVID bullshit some more. But we're into this Thursday night game, which is what has me sort of pissed off about all this COVID stuff. So the Chiefs are at the Chargers. Chargers are +3. For me, I looked at this game, I was like, wow, love it. We did our picks yesterday. We talked about it. We do our picks the same day to make sure we're getting the same line, stuff like that. I'm still taking the Chargers +3. I thought Chris Jones would be out of this game 2 days ago. He's on COVID protocol. Now all of a sudden he's good to go a couple hours ago tonight. So, he's the difference maker on that Chiefs D. I still do like the Chargers +3 here, though. I expect this to be a shootout. I think the over is like 48 or something. I like that also. So for me, it's going to be the Chargers +3 at home.
Yeah, I'm trusting the Chiefs here. They've been on a roll. A little bit of revenge for the Chiefs. The Chargers got them early in the season during that bad stretch for the Chiefs. And yeah, I just think the Chiefs come out and just play well. That offense has been rolling. I think the defense has kind of found something there. Herbert, a little bit of inconsistency lately, even though he's looked really good when he's been good and really off when he's been off. But I just like the consistency of the Chiefs, and they can kind of put this division to rest here with a big win tonight. And I think they do that. I think it's a close game, though, but I like -3.
That's the thing.
A late score from the Chiefs to put it away.
I don't hate your pick. I like my pick, but I don't hate your pick. Like I said, my pick was based mainly on Chris Jones being out. He's not. I'm not going to go back and change my pick. I'm going to stick with it and tell you why I'm sticking with it. Eckler's probably going to suit up tonight and play. Who knows how healthy he's going to be, but obviously a receiving back like him is always X factor. Keenan Allen's back, Mike Williams back. So this offense sort of is pieced together, and I got pieced together better. And a guy that's starting to stick out, Josh Palmer, number 5. He's been lighting a spark, wide receiver
from Tennessee. Yeah.
Yep, he's been lighting a spark, so I like him. Now this week we're not going to hop right into the Sunday games. We're going to go into the Saturday games. Saturday at 4:30 is going to be the Raiders at the Browns. The Browns are probably the biggest team right now being affected by COVID. Baker Mayfield, the head coach Stefanski right there alone. You know what I mean? That could be your game. That could be their season on the line also with that game. For me, I still like the Browns plus the 1.5. A guy that's really not been himself lately that I'm expecting to have a big game, a bounce-back game, is Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt. When this offense is clicking, them guys are moving the ball. Them guys are moving the chains, and I just feel like they haven't been doing what they normally do, whether it be up front. Because one of the key points and one of the things I notice a lot is that they haven't been doing it since Wyatt Teller got paid. since Wyatt Teller got paid, it's like no one's blocking, no one's running the ball effectively. I know, they've had the injuries. Chubb was out, I believe, with COVID, and that could be part of the reason, you know what I mean, that he's been not ineffective, but not his normal self lately. But I just look for them to bounce back here. They got a lot more on the line than the Raiders, and the Raiders are, one of the laughing stocks of the NFL right now. They just can't do anything right. So
yeah, I mean the Raiders
talk about what they're gonna do.
Went into Dallas a few weeks ago, beat the Cowboys. And I just kind of like the Raiders here with all the Browns issues. Baker's out, the coaches are out, everyone's out.
Is there any truth to what we got in the group text?
What was that?
About Carr getting sat for Mariota?
I'm not sure. I don't trust any of those guys. I'll try to look up my own information. I'm under the impression that Carr's gonna play. I don't understand why that. I mean, they're still kind of a little bit in a wild card race. I mean, not really, but definitely in the hunt. So I don't know why you'd do that. But yeah, I just like the Raiders in this game just due to all the sickness and I called this last year for you. The Colts they got pulled out of practice when we're watching videos and stuff. And I what did I call it? You remember last year? I told you it was a something pick, a sucker pick or something. I mean, this could be
pick.
This could be that for me, and I'm well aware of that. But just my lack of trust in the Browns, plus all their injuries, it's gonna go Raiders. Raiders aren't a terrible football team. They're about league average. That offense can get hot at any moment, and I'm gonna take that -1.5.
Like I said, I just like the Browns being +1.5. Two inconsistent teams right here. I'm taking the points. And the team I feel like that has more to fight for.
Two disagreements so far, so that's interesting.
Yeah. Next one, make it 3. You can chalk it up as 3, I bet. The 8:20 game, Saturday night, the Patriots at the Colts. Colts are -2, and I am taking MJ10 and the Patriots. I think you have two very similar teams here with a lot of stuff they do. I like Belichick as a better coach. I like the points. And right now, I like the running attack of the New England Patriots better than what is not better than what's across from. Scratch that, run that back. It's not what I was trying to say. I like the passing attack for the Patriots better than what I see on the other side of the ball. I looked at New England is a better matchup if you're going to go pass versus secondary than the other way around.
I bet you if Carson Wentz started Monday Night in Buffalo, he would throw more than 3 passes. Anyway,
that's fine, but I like the back end of New England better than I like the back end of Indy.
This is strictly nothing to do with New England, me wanting them to lose, nothing. They've been really hot, they're playing well, they're a good football team. I'll fully admit that. They got a very good defense. But there is one chink in that armor, and it's something the Bills cannot do to break that chink. It's something that a lot of teams can't do. But the Indianapolis Colts can certainly do it. And I watched it live in person in the rain and 40-degree weather, and it was miserable. The Patriots suck at stopping the run. I watched them against Tennessee with Hilliard and who's their other back? Foreman. 2 no-name backs with a good offensive line, which the Colts have as well. They are going to run all over the Patriots. And Jonathan Taylor is not going to fumble the ball 2 or 3 times at the end of these runs. They're going to put points up. It's going to be a close game, but again, I like the Colts to make a statement here. Patriots have been hot, and it's gonna die down.
On to this next game here. Finally, to start off Sunday, 3 games in, we got the Panthers versus the Bills. The Bills are -10.5. Are the Bills at home or on the road? They're at home, correct?
Yep.
All right, that's how I got it. I'm gonna roll with the Bills here. I think whether it's Josh Allen or Trubisky, they should be fine in this game. Carolina's a team where they really don't have much left to play for. So with that being said, it's week 15. What do you sort of start doing? I know guys say that, they don't tank in the NFL and stuff like that. But I feel like if you're Matt Rule and you got an idea in your head on which direction you sort of want to go, makes it a little easier. Cam's obviously been inconsistent. I mean, he had the great game back.
Fired the offensive coordinator.
Yep, fired the offensive coordinator.
Which is a really weird move to me.
McCaffrey's out still. What are you really going to see from P.J. Walker? They do have weapons. I mean, in DJ Moore, Robbie Anderson, I like Hubbard. I just don't know what to expect from this team. I don't know what you're going to get week to week. So I'm going to go with the Bills -10.5 here.
Well, we got 4 disagreements because I am being on the safe side. As we know, we do these Wednesday plus 10 for the Panthers, but it's on Wednesday. Cannot be 1,000% sure Josh Allen is playing. I do believe he will. If I could get it, knowing Josh Allen will play, I'd probably bet the Bills. But also, that Carolina defense is very tough. They got a lot of good players on there. They got Brown inside. They got Gilmore. They got some talent back there. They got Chin, the safety, even though he might be hurt. I'm not sure. But there's just a lot of talent there. It's a solid defense. I expect it to be a close game, but I'll be sweating in the stands probably a little bit. But I do expect the Bills to come out with a win. But I just don't think it's going to be a blowout. December football, it's going to be tight. And I like them to obviously win, the Bills, but I like the Panthers to come.
I like Mitch Trubisky to play this game and tear it up, to be honest with you.
I think Josh.
I don't think I don't. For me, I just don't understand why you risk. I mean, I get why you risk because you're on the playoff hunt, yada yada. I feel like Mitch could come in and do just as good a job. If he wasn't performing, you could go to Josh. Just don't start him, dress him.
The more I think about it, though, I think all that boot craziness was just more precaution than anything.
Yeah, I'm not.
It was off
and McDermott, the way McDermott was talking, you already knew Josh was most likely playing. I'm just saying, if there is any concern, that's what I would do. I don't think you obviously lose a lot, but.
Well, yeah, but then if Josh doesn't play and it's just a nursing injury, he doesn't play and they go out there and lose.
That's why I'm saying you dress him though, and if Mitch looks awful, you pull him in the first 3 series.
Yeah, I guess that just sounds, in my opinion, that sends a bad message to your team. I think Josh would kill him.
To me, it sort of sends a good message. Honestly, you have faith in them to get the job done without the guy who's been carrying them when the job is on the line. When everything's on the line, I mean, you got to get these wins. You're right on the bubble.
Yeah, I just think that Josh Allen would kill to be in this game.
I don't disagree with you. I'm just telling you, like, from the other point of view, how I would look at it.
Yeah, I guess.
All right, on to this next game here. Washington versus the Eagles. Eagles are getting 9.5. I'm rolling with the Washington football team. A lot of injuries, 18 players on COVID. I don't care. Give me the Washington football team plus 9.5 against Philly.
First time we agree on your shitty ass team. Look at that. But yeah, I just seen this number and it's way too high. The Washington football team has a decent defense. They'll be able to stop what the Eagles want to do a little bit. And I just don't think the Eagles get to enough points here to really blow out Washington by that much. Who's playing quarterback, though? It's not Heineke, right?
Why isn't Heineke? I didn't see he was out.
I think he might be.
Oh, Allen. No, I thought Heineke was good to go back in last game. Allen finished last game. But Heineke was still on the sidelines. Looked like he was ready to go.
I thought he was questionable.
I'm right here on it, so give me one. Oh, of course. No info on this game, but I can click the... Oh, that's because it's not out yet. That's why. It's not out yet. That's why I can't get it. Because I was like, I can get everything on the Chargers game right now. I thought Heineke was going to be back. I haven't seen anything that said otherwise.
Right,
I could be 100% wrong, so don't quote me on that. I should be
no matter what,
more up to date on my team. But
I like the Washington football team.
All right.
Jump into this next one.
Yep, on to the next one. Cardinals versus the Lions. Lions are getting 12.5. I am taking the Lions. I know a lot of people are probably thinking, what is he doing? Makes no sense. Cardinals are playing good ball right now. All that, yes, I understand. Yes, I understand the Cardinals just lost on Monday night. I'm not picking the Lions to win. I'm picking the Lions cover the 12.5 because the Arizona Cardinals play to their level of competition. Look back against Minnesota. Look against every team they play. They play to their level of competition. They don't ever play to their full potential. Yeah, sorry. I was having a brain fart. They don't ever play to their full potential, I feel like, unless they're playing an absolute dog. So for me, I like the Lions to cover the 12.5. It's probably still a 10-point game at least, but I just think 12.5, I'm safe.
Yeah. I'm going to steer on the other side of that. I think, both these teams are coming off losses. I think the Cardinals have much more to play for. They're going to be more fired up to go out and, really dismantle and get this game over with. And I think they will do that to Detroit. I think Detroit got that win, and it's going to be a little bit of a dead horse getting beaten here down the stretch. They will fight, but I just don't think the talent's there because there is also some COVID issues with Detroit a little bit. So, expect that when you're betting that game. Make sure you get that info right up to date up until Sunday of who's in, who's out, and all that. But, yeah, I just like the Cardinals here. D-Hop obviously being out for the season isn't very good for them. But I think they just got so much talent. Hopefully Connor's good to go for both this game, in this competition that we have, and for me in fantasy. Because obviously I had D-Hop and James Conner on the same fantasy team, and that was going pretty good until... they both
we'll leave
hurt
it at
lately. The league staph infection. The Shane Reaction League.
Oh, the league. Can you tell the viewers who's number one in that league?
You are, but you'll choke, so it doesn't matter.
I got the hardest matchup coming up. Only two people that beat me, and they're both somehow in my bracket. But just to give you guys a heads up, because I want to just double check, so I'm not just throwing out bullshit information and stuff like that. Montez Sweat is likely to return. And Trace, if you want to go into the next game, I'm still looking this up to get an exact answer because obviously that's going to affect our pick, sort of. Next game, anyway, is Cowboys versus the Giants. Giants are plus 11. I'm taking the Cowboys, just a lot to play for, a lot of explosive weapons over there. The Giants really aren't doing anything for me here. You know what I mean? It's just like one of them games where it's a lot of points, but I just like Dallas to cover.
Yeah, you don't ever take over 10 points in a divisional game. You just can't do it. I get everything you just said, but the Giants' defense seems to always cover with these big numbers just basically by themselves. Whether
Heineke was a full participant at practice today.
Gotcha. Whether Daniel Jones is turning the ball over, Mike Glenn's stinking it up, or who God knows, Jake Fromm makes it on that football field Sunday.
I like Jake Fromm. He's probably their best bet.
I just like the Giants to cover here. Dallas obviously is a very good team. They're going to win the game. But, you know, division games are always close. Everybody knows that. They're always kind of low scoring. I actually had a guy in an Uber ride tell me that you never bet divisional game overs past week 10. So that kind of just, you know, would fit here. And that means low scoring. Obviously, if it's low scoring, one team can't score a billion points. You never score none. So I like the Giants here. It's gross, it's disgusting, but it's just got to be done. Plus 10.5.
We got a lot of disagreements here.
Yeah.
A lot.
I'll be breaking out the champagne next week on the show. Basically, is what that means.
Jets versus the Dolphins. Minus 9.5 in Miami. I am taking the Dolphins. They're playing good ball right now. The only issue I have that popped up today. No Jalen Waddle, placed on the COVID list, so who knows what's going to happen there. But they're getting Parker back. This Jets team, you just really don't know what you're going to get at all. You don't know what's going to be on the field. You don't know how. It's the Jets. That's all I can say. I'm not even going to dive into that. I thought they would be a lot more ahead of where they are right now with taking Zach Wilson and bringing Salah in. Not that they're not, and not that it wasn't a dumpster fire to say the least. Maybe they are on a good track, but I just don't see it ending this season on a high note. So I'm going to take the Dolphins minus the 9.5.
Hold on 1 second, sir. Yeah. Hello. Is this LPD? Yeah. I'd like to report a robbery of my picks. Yeah. Yep. It's Josh Miracle. Yeah. About 5'10", pretty big stature. Yeah. Yeah, well, it seems like, you know, I gave my picks to his girlfriend
we both
maybe
did our
like
picks.
6-7 hours ago. And it seems like every pick he has of me is opposite because he knows he's down.
No, not at all. We both did our picks.
If guilty, you're chopping a finger?
All right.
Okay. All right,
it's my
sir.
wife, too, by the way.
Wife. I'll talk to you later. Bye. Sorry, I had to get that out of the way. But, I'm taking the New York Jets. Ugly, again, disgusting, divisional game. Do I trust Zach Wilson? No. Do I trust Robert Saleh? No. Do I trust their defense? No. But I just think it's going to be a close game, and you can't take over 10 here. And it's gross, disgusting. You're probably not going to, walk into the casino and bet it with confidence, but I like it, so I got to take it. I like the Jets here.
Next game here, Texans versus Jags. Two real dumpster fires, bottom of the league. Jags fire Urban Meyer today. That works for me because I took the Texans yesterday anyway, plus the 3.5.
Wow, we got the same pick. I'm taking the Texans as well. I think they're a better team, honestly, even before all this melee happened with, Urban Meyer getting fired. But I think that might help the Jags, So
that's what I was worried about too, with the helping the Jags getting the locker room back.
A guy today said that it's just gonna really Steve Tasker it was. I can't stand Steve Tasker, to be honest. I don't think he knows much about much, but
it's gonna get chilly, Buffalo.
Yeah, he's something else. But
Them two are the worst talk show on the radio. Like, it literally puts me to sleep. Him and Chris Brown.
Well, in like week 8, Steve Tasker was saying we're a Super Bowl team.
Yeah.
Don't make any moves at the trade deadline. We're a Super Bowl team. We're ready to go. We got all the weapons, and now he sits there and says every day that we can't stop the run, and we got all these holes, and we're not very good anymore. And it's just like, okay, dude, like whatever.
I just think they're annoying as shit and put me to sleep.
Yeah. What was we just talking about before? What game were we talking about?
The Texans versus Jags.
Yeah. And he said it might really help Trevor Lawrence go out and throw for like 400 yards, and he could. You see those storylines all the time in the NFL. You think one thing's going to happen, and the exact opposite happens. But I'm rolling with Houston. Again, another gross pick for me, but you got to get ugly at this time of year. It's December. Crazy things happen. Weird things happen. You got to get ugly.
Let's talk about getting ugly right here. Titans versus the Steelers. Titans want to win. Steelers need to win. Steelers are at home here. Still no A.J. Brown. Still no Derrick Henry. I'm still taking the Tennessee Titans. This is a very gross, ugly pick. I truthfully don't 1,000% support this pick.
It's at -1.5, right?
I got it at 1 right now.
Okay.
But that's what I had it at yesterday when I made these picks at least. So for me, it's going to be more so just the inconsistent play of the Steelers. What have we seen from Big Ben that would make me want to put my money with him or your money with him? I feel the Titans have the better offensive line. And it's just like one of the terms you like to say, the hungry dog gets fed. I just feel
the hungry dog runs faster.
The hungry dog runs faster. I just feel the Titans are going to be hungrier in this game. And the Titans have a lot to look forward to, honestly. Still, obviously, they're right there in the playoffs. They're going to be one of the top teams. And guy you thought was out for the season, Derrick Henry, is now able to go possibly week 18 if needed to play to get into the playoffs. And he's going to be ready for the playoffs. So that's huge for them. I imagine that's got to lift some morale around there. And I think the Steelers are going to catch the end of it.
Yeah, this is my stone cold 316 lock of the week. Tennessee, baby. I'm taking the Titans. I think this is going to be,
Darren Waller's out for the Raiders.
I think this is going to be a bit of a shellacking, actually. I think Tennessee's going to run all over them a little bit. I just don't know how that Pittsburgh offense scores much after the Claypool mess last week and all that.
It's just deflating.
They've been scoring a little bit, but I just think they have a down week here and are deflated. Kind of get knocked out of the playoff picture here with Tennessee. I think Tennessee's game travels. They run the ball a lot, that play action. I don't think it's like, we're going into a big, bad environment. We're going to change our game plan. I think it's going to be easy game plan for them. And I think they win by definitely a field goal or more.
On to the 4 o'clock games. This is probably the most confusing spread I've seen this season. So this is going to be my floaties, safest bet of the week. I am taking the Bengals in Denver, plus 2.5. That's right. Cincy is plus 2.5, and I am taking that.
Yeah.
What is the reason there? Are they missing Joe Burrow or something?
No, I mean Denver's got a good defense. They're decent at home, but it's hard to play in Denver too. First of all, but yeah, I got Cincy too. I think that offense is going to score. They lost last week, right? Yeah, they lost to San Francisco, and usually they have that one. They win about 2 or 3 games, or play good 2 or 3 games, and then they have that drop down. Last week they had the drop down. I think they get back on par this week and win a game. And yeah, I don't know why. I guess it's the road points there, as they say. But
so it would be. I guess I can see it sort of being a pick'em.
Yeah, but
Denver
I like the Bengals.
Yeah, Denver's been running the ball effectively.
Close to it.
Falcons versus the 49ers is next in the lineup. I'm going to take the 49ers minus 9.5 at home. The Falcons, to me, why?
We really agree on like 3 games this week, but it's awesome. But go ahead.
Well, I like what the 49ers do. I think they run the ball effectively. They get Deebo Samuel the ball. Ayuk's been coming on strong. I like that guy they got out there, their bigger wide receiver Jennings. I think he makes some good grabs. And George Kittle just re-emerging himself back into the lineup, has looked great, whether it's blocking or receiving. He's running people over, running people down. So for me, this was sort of an easy pick. It was almost my lock. If the spread would have been probably closer to about 6.5, I probably would have been my floaties. Safest bet of the week. So for me, it's the 49ers, the Falcons. I mean, I don't really see the Falcons doing anything against this 49ers.
Played well last week.
But I don't see them doing anything against this defense. So, I mean, Nick Bosa has been looking better and better each week. Fred Warner is obviously one of the top linebackers in the league. And this secondary, even though it's depleted and beat up and not big-name guys, they play okay. Yeah, they're not top of the league, but they held Cincy, which is one of the best passing offenses in the league, on paper, to what, 20 points last week or something like that, I think?
I think the game got a little more up there because they were in overtime and everything, but yeah, it was around there. I'm going to take Atlanta, another gross pick. I'm really feeling these underdogs with the points this week. Atlanta's not as bad as people say. San Francisco ran the ball.
23 points, 23-26.
Yep. Someone ran the ball all over, or San Fran ran the ball all over someone in the primetime game. And they were like the underdogs. Was it the Rams? Yeah, and they beat the shit out of the Rams. Right?
Like early in the season? Not early, but it was midway, yeah.
And ever since then, I've had my eye on San Francisco as a really good football team. Picked them last week against the Bengals, but I just see a little bit of a letdown here. And I think Atlanta does fine. They got a veteran quarterback. I think they'll score some points, and I think, San Francisco will go on their merry way with a victory here, but I'm just going to take the points.
It's getting rough. This is getting rough for us. There might be a lot to talk about on this show. We might have to do a recap show next week.
Maybe so.
We might have to throw something out there.
Unless I have to, I have to go into the storage unit that I got and bring out the belt because it's already claimed that I won by next week.
Oh. Green Bay versus the Ravens. The Ravens are getting 5.5 here. I just like Green Bay better.
This is gonna be a bloodbath in my opinion.
Yeah, I don't see the Ravens keeping pace, especially.
The Ravens haven't. They just kind of go about their way, and they got a good record, but they don't scare me. Their defense is all injured.
Well, that's the thing. Their defense is injured. Lamar's banged up. That's part of the reason I'm taking Green Bay. I think if Lamar doesn't get hurt last week and he's healthy, and there's Marlon Humphrey in this game, and it's probably
and that's the thing too, is not to cut you off, but even if Lamar is able to go, if he's one-dimensional, I mean,
right.
That's almost maybe, no offense to him, but that's maybe even worse than him sitting out. You know what I mean? If he's one-dimensional and they're just throwing the ball.
Yeah, because, obviously, not talking shit about him, but him being able to run the ball is part of his game. Running the ball, being able to hit that big shot. But there's a lot of guys that are like that. If they can't move and create what they want to see, they're not going to throw the ball if they're not comfortable.
Yeah.
And he lives on the run. He lives on the edge, and that's how he makes plays, and that's how the team goes. And possibly without being able to have that ability, it's just going to be Green Bay for me.
I agree. I think Green Bay kind of runs away. It's weird because both quarterbacks are kind of questionable and banged up a little bit. So, Aaron Rodgers got the toe thing, but I think he should play. Another guy I need to play for fantasy. It just seems like all the stars got hurt this week or out on COVID.
I'm on a bye week.
Yeah, okay, great for you. We'll see you soon.
Except in 2 other leagues.
I can't wait to play you in the championship, have you offer me to split the money, and then not split the money and then beat you, and then slap you in the face on this show. So anyway,
why are you getting jumpy?
I'm not. Anyway, let's go on to the next game. I like the Packers here.
Seahawks versus the Rams. Rams are -5.5. It's a divisional game. I am taking the Rams. Yes, I understand OBJ is out. It doesn't matter to me. I think the Rams are starting to play good ball and starting to find a rhythm on defense at the right time. That's what you want to see, especially for a team as talented as them with as much veteran leadership in that locker room as they have and playoff experience. So I love the Rams -5.5. What you got here, Trace?
I also like the Rams. They're very hot. They're playing good ball. I just, they played good last week. I expect they to continue. Seattle's been on a little bit of an uptick. Always got to be worried about Russell Wilson. But I think the Rams are on a bit of a streak right now. They're going to prove that they're ready for the playoffs.
You know something I like about the Rams? Hot, cold, no matter what, they stay the course. They don't change who they are. They don't change their identity. Shit gets hard, tough, stuff's not going their way. They don't change and turn to a running team. They keep slinging that bitch with confidence. And I like that about a team. You know what I mean?
I feel you.
It's showing that they're playing their ball. They're not going to let anyone else dictate what they do, and I respect that. 8:20 game, Saints versus Bucks. Bucks are -11. I am taking the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to cover the 11-point spread, absolutely embarrass New Orleans, and stay in the hunt for the 1 seed.
Yep. Hopefully, again, I get lucky here. Another, you see the
divisional
pattern.
game, under 10.
I bet.
Heard it from an Uber guy.
I bet patterns. That is not what I'm doing here. It has nothing to do with the Uber guy. That was about overs and unders. Anyway, you got to stick with patterns. You got to believe in what you believe in. I see it in front of me again here. I see divisional game. I see New Orleans, Tampa. I see plus 11. I am taking New Orleans. Believe in it. If it goes 2-1, it goes 2-1. It goes 1-2. It goes 1-2. It goes 0-3. It goes 0-3. If it goes 3-0, it goes 3-0. I don't know what it's gonna do. But so far, I've seen 3 of the same games, and I'm sticking with the same formula. Hopefully, I get 2 wins out of it. I'd be very happy with that. So, yeah, New Orleans, and I have no idea why. But, Tampa Bay looked awful in that second half, so maybe that team shows up for me and they get beat. So who knows?
All right, so this is the COVID-19 list for each team. Atlanta, Emmanuel Ellerbe, Cornell Armstrong, Quentin Bell. Baltimore, Tristan Colon. Buffalo Bills, Tyrell Dodson. Panthers, Christian McCaffrey. Chicago Bears, Mario Edwards, Artie Burns, Eddie Goldman, Sam Kamara, Elijah Wilkinson, Larry Borum. Cincinnati Bengals, linebacker Clay Johnson, cornerback Awuzie. That's a huge loss, and so is offense tackle Riley Reif. Cleveland Browns, Baker Mayfield, John Johnson, Troy Hill, Malik McDowell, Ifedi, I can't even pronounce it. Help me out with that. I can never remember. Odenigbo. Yeah, Odenigbo. Drew Forbes, Austin Hooper, Jarvis Landry, Tack McKinley, Wyatt Teller, Jedrick Willis.
And he picked
Jedrick Wills, JoJo Natson, Ross Travis, Nate Meadows, Ronnie Harrison.
To win.
I mean, they still have 2 more days to clear COVID protocols. They have to test negative twice.
Good luck.
No, I'm in for the ride. Dallas Cowboys, Cedric Wilson, Denver Broncos, Malik Reed, Detroit Lions, Jamal Williams, Devontae Beckett, Bobby Price, Ifedi Melifanu, Mark Gilbert, Corey Valenti, Nikel Roby-Coleman, Tracy Walker, Jalen Elliott. Green Bay Packers, D-tackle Kenny Clark. That is huge, though, especially against a running team. Houston Texans, linebacker Gruger Hill, running back Jalen Samuels, linebacker Christian Kirksey, defensive back A.J. Moore, DN DeMarcus Walker. Indianapolis Colts, Zaire Franklin. Kansas City Chiefs, D-tackle Chris Jones, linebacker Willie Gay, wide receiver Josh Gordon. So Chris Jones is out. I got one thing earlier saying he was playing. His Twitter said he was playing. He said, thank God on his Twitter.
Maybe that's old. I don't know.
I just got this update from Bleacher. Chargers, left tackle Rashawn Slater, and center Scott Cusenberry. That's huge. Los Angeles Rams, Jalen Ramsey, Darrell Henderson, Bob Havenstein, Deontay Dion, Odell Beckham Jr., Terrell Burgess, Bryce Hopkins, Juju Hughes, Alaric Jackson, Sebastian Joseph Day, Jordan Fuller, Justin Hollins, Johnny Munt, and Jared Pickney. Dolphins, Waddle, Holland, Lindsey, Gaskin, Ahmad. Vikings, Madison, Westbrook, Chisana, Hunter, Rose Jr., Jackson, Pats, Keene, Durant, Taylor, Saints, Mark Ingram, and Cameron Jordan. New York Giants, Kadarius Toney, John Ross, Cam Brown, linebacker Ximines, cornerback Aaron Robinson, safety Xavier McKinney, O-line Wes Martin. New York Jets, Justin Hardy, Jeff Smith, Mike White. Philadelphia Eagles, Quez Watkins, Jason Huntley. Pittsburgh Steelers, Montravius Adams. Seahawks, Lockett and Collins. Titans, Des Fitzpatrick, Jamal Carter. Washington Football Team,
Everybody.
Jonathan Allen, Kyle Allen, Troy Apke, Bradley King, Cameron Curl, Effler, Forrest, Fuller, Hemingway, Hudson, Ioannis, Ishmael, Larson, Lucas, Mayo, Reyes, Settles, Sims, Smith, Williams, Sweat, Tuhill. So, yeah, that's the COVID list.
Got one more game to go. Let's get into it and we'll get out of here.
Last game going to be the Vikings.
We're going to stay safe.
The Vikings versus the Bears. Bears are getting 4.5 at home. I don't give a fuck. I'm taking the Vikings minus 4.5. Also, one of the safest bet of the weeks. If I was doing a parlay, that would definitely be in there. I love the Vikings in this game.
I agree. I'm definitely taking the Vikings here, and I think it's pretty easy. Let's go into the number 70 for podcast number 70.
See Chris Jones. Thank God.
Yeah. So, who knows? Could have just cleared. For 70, I'm going to go first. I'm going to take my boy E. Wood, Eric Wood, Buffalo Bills center for a long time. got diagnosed with a pretty bad injury towards the end of his career, forced to retire.
And I am going to take from the Dallas Cowgirls, one of the best guards in the league, Zach Martin.
Thank you very much for listening. And as always, please follow, like, subscribe, do all that stuff. Need America Sports and Gambling. Probably going to be making some business cards here soon, dropping them off, whether you want them or not. You're getting them. You're going to be everywhere. So make sure
we are going to be everywhere. Think about that shit. We are going to be everywhere.
Yeah, get drunk, tape them in bathrooms, do whatever you want to do with them. But yes, again, thank you for listening. It's been your favorite podcaster's favorite podcast.